podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
We have new video from a crash that sent welterweight boxing champion Errol Spence Jr. to the intensive care unit. The crash ejected the boxer, but miraculously, he is expected to be okay.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
It's been a miracle, and I'm a blessing from God that, I haven't had anything serious that would have had me out for a year or two, or just would have been, ending my career. None of them guys wish that I wasn't back so fast, but I am back, and I want to fight the top names in the division.
I have to ask you about your eye. We were all worried about you when you had to pull out of the Manny Pacquiao fight.
I want to fight, so,
But you could have gone blind.
yeah, one eye. I got another eye, so.
WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world.
That's why I sound bad, and I told people I didn't want to tune-up fight. I've been getting a second chance at life, and I've been getting a third chance at boxing. Nobody's avoiding Terrence Crawford. It's big fish on this side too that, I gotta fry. Like I said, I'm gonna get these belts over here, then I'm gonna come take Terrence Crawford belt because I said I'm gonna be undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
SDS Promotions.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another spontaneous show. Yes, this is a real episode. It is the third one of the day. And, I'm rocking out, man. I wanted to just test going live simultaneously to YouTube and to Twitter. So hopefully, whoever is on Twitter is able to not only see us, but hear us. And yeah, man, we here, we rocking out, man. We just doing a little test. But we talking boxing, and we're going to talk about the fact that it seems to me that maybe Al Haymon has failed Errol Spence. Undisputed is, I guess, the biggest accolade you can get in boxing as an active fighter. And you have one job. Earl's job is to fight. Your job is to secure the big fights. There used to be people saying, blame Bob, that Bob was to be blamed, and that's why Terrence couldn't get the big fight. So I'm just wondering, do we need to now switch the phrase to blame Al? He wasn't able to get you the big fight. He wasn't able to make you undisputed. Jermell Charlo became undisputed. Al wasn't able to get Wilder a unification. He did get Wilder the big fight with Fury, but he wasn't able to get him the unification. So, it's interesting, and it's definitely an opinion. And I'm wondering, what do you guys think? Do you feel that, maybe Al Haymon did fail, Errol Spence Jr.? What's your thoughts? That's kind of that's going to be our poll. Did he fail him, right? Because his job is to get Earl the big fight. Earl said he'll do all the heavy lifting and he'll clean up his side of the street. And we'll do a third option. Give Al one more shot, right? So we'll put yes, no, and give him one more shot. Did Al Haymon fail Errol Spence since he couldn't get him the undisputed fight? Because that's the big uproar right now. It's like, everybody wants to see undisputed. Everybody is assuming that we were going to get undisputed. Everybody thought that Bob Arum was the holdup. Now Terrence is a free agent, and we still don't have this fight. So, the media, the fight fans, They created the hashtag Blame Bob, so I'm just wondering, do we now shift the blame? Is it Al's fault? Is he failing Errol Spence? Forget about fault. Is he failing Errol Spence? You know, Devin's father and manager was able to get Devin undisputed. You know, some people didn't even like that because they're like, yo, he became undisputed with one fight. But I look at that as like a father manager doing exactly what he needs to do to put his son in position. So, you know, you have to question whether or not Al is failing Earl. You know, if Earl himself is coming out saying now that he can't make the weight, that it's getting difficult, that it ain't fun, then Al needs to have some sort of urgency because his fighter is struggling to make that weight, doesn't want to continue to make that weight, but has the greatest opportunity in that division to become undisputed, which obviously is one of the most, you know, coveted accolades that one can get in this sport. So, yeah, it's probably something that we need to ask ourselves, you know. Is Al Haymon failing Earl? Because he did not fail Caleb Plant. When many people thought Al didn't believe in Caleb for whatever reasons, you know, that they thought, oh, Al doesn't want Caleb to fight Canelo, Al was playing chess. He was playing chess, and what was he doing? Keeping Caleb right in the mix, saying no to those offers, keeping them for last to get the biggest paycheck. But he got that for Caleb. I don't know that he got that, or is he going to secure that for Earl? And that's the debate. That's what we need to ask ourselves. You know, is he going to be able to do what he did for Caleb Plant, for Errol Spence? That's the question. So right now we do have that poll. Same question as our title. Did Al Haymon fail Errol Spence Jr. since he couldn't get him the undisputed fight? 58% are saying, 59% are saying yes. 27% are saying no. 14% give Al one more shot at making that fight. So, again, this was a show to run a test, make sure that we're rocking and rolling over on Twitter. And as a matter of fact, we are. We are rocking and rolling over on Twitter. So it is working. Just making sure. Just making sure. So there's someone named John Wick is saying, I'm doing it again, pushing these narratives. Well, I mean, it's a question. You have a manager, an advisor. His job is to secure the fight for you. Your job is to fight. You did your part. You said you were going to do the heavy lifting. You were going to clean up this side of the street. You did that. You know, I mean, we had this same energy for Crawford when we were saying blame Bob. Like, Bob had one job, make the undisputed fight. You know, so it's just a question. It's just a question. So Brandon felt I needed to put a fourth option by the fact that Crawford is, you know, fighting Avanesian. I don't know how that matters, but okay. But we are on Twitter, and it is working. So if you're watching that, go ahead and retweet it. Go ahead and leave a comment. And we would most certainly bring it up here on our live stream. And it is Twitter video. It's not a space. It's a Twitter video. So we'll see how that works out. But if you are watching this on Twitter in the future, the present, or the past, remember to come on over to YouTube, click that like, subscribe, the notification bell so you get notified every time we do go live and you don't have to just stumble across this. So John Wick says, real question is, do you think Crawford makes more money fighting Spence or the guy he's fighting? Well, I mean, he obviously got more money to guaranteed to fight Avanesian. That's why he left. So, yeah. You know, Crawford's used to getting these paydays, though. You know what I mean? Definitely used to getting these paydays. So, nothing new there. Oscar said it's close, but you're talking about Ryan, I'm sure. You got to be talking about Ryan and Tank, which I did see the news. But it's like, do we believe this news after we just seen Tank delete a tweet saying that he needs to take his talents elsewhere and that he's not with Mayweather Promotions and all this stuff? So, I don't know. I don't know if we should be believing that. Yep. So let's see what else we got. Wendy says, no, we said that. Easy Don says, man, forget Al Haymon. Hey, well, that's why we're asking, do you feel he let Earl down? He failed him. He didn't get him the big fight, the one that mattered. Yes, he became a unified champ. Yes, he became a pay-per-view star. Is that enough? Or not getting that last final fight for all the marbles, for Undisputed, is that considered a fail? That's the question. But don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're here on YouTube. So Brandon is asking, why is why is Terrence Crawford not on the poll? How could Crawford be on the poll, bro? Like, are you reading the question? What does Crawford have to do with Al Haymon failing Errol Spence? Al is the one that's supposed to secure his fighter the big fight for Undisputed. Since you did all the heavy lifting, since you have all the belts, it's one more fight, the way you did for Caleb Plant. So I'm lost as to, can Crawford be blamed being an option? Again, this is not about Crawford. It's about Al Haymon and Al Haymon getting the big fight for his fighter. Crawford isn't signed to Al. Earl is the one with 3 belts. Earl is the one saying strap season. The public was the one saying blame Bob. That's why Al couldn't get the fight done for Earl. So, yeah, I'm not understanding why would Crawford be on this poll. Like, Brandon is so weird. These dudes from fucking Texas are weird when it comes to this welterweight division. It's like, what do you want? Blame Crawford on the poll that is asking about the Errol Spence team. Like, wow, you guys are crazy, bro. Yeah, they obsessed, man. They obsessed. These dudes are obsessed with Crawford. It's crazy. What else we got? Who's over here? I said this from the start. Shoddy baby. Hey. Now, you said this from the start, but now you put in blame. Okay, hashtag blame Al. I thought that said blame Bob. Okay. Yeah, man. So once again, this wasn't expected to be anything long or anything, like that. We're just, rocking out, making sure that Twitter is getting this live feed and, that we can do this in the future on Twitter. Don't have many viewers on there, and it could be because maybe the internet isn't strong enough to go to both places. I don't know. Maybe if I had someone on Twitter, they could let me know. Right now, I'm not sure. Not sure. Yeah. I mean, it's live, and I'm not seeing any interruptions, just not seeing too many live people. But shout out to Modern King Boxing. What up? Shout out to Rue in the 504. What up? Canna, what up? Yeah, man, they want to shift blame. It's like, yo, Crawford ain't got nothing to do with your manager and how your manager negotiates. When it was Bob, it's like blame Bob. It's Bob's fault. Now, Bob ain't even in the equation. So, like, what's really good? But, yeah, man, if you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching this on Twitter, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you're on Twitter, go ahead and retweet, quote tweet, hit the heart button, whatever it is you want to do. Just make sure you do something so we can get a little bit of growth around here. We are trying to get to our next goal of 1 million subscribers. Right now, we are on 157,672. So we need about 400 more to get to the next goal of 158,000 subscribers. And only you can get us there, man. So tell a friend to tell another friend to tell their cousins and their sisters and their brothers and their parents to subscribe, because we need that assistance, you know. No, I didn't catch the breakdown, unless you're talking about on Twitter Space a couple days ago. Yeah, best dad ever. I mean, I don't know what I could have said that you and I don't agree on, you know. But again, you know, you rather chat, you know, instead of like talk boxing. I mean, what is this not a valid question? Did he not say his strap season? Does he not want to be undisputed? Is that not the biggest accolade in boxing? So I'm lost as to like why we can't wonder if Al failed Earl, especially since now Crawford is fighting someone else on a whole nother network. I mean, I think that's a legitimate question, but I get it. You know, you guys don't want me to bring up Earl's team, I guess, because in your opinion, there's only one person at fault, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how you guys are looking at it, but that's why we got a poll. And so far, 62% of the voters believe, yes, Al Haymon failed Errol Spence Jr. by not being able to secure the undisputed fight. The rest of the poll, no, is a 26%, and give Al one more shot, 11%. So really that 11% is admitting that he did fail him, so that's why they want another shot. So you know what I mean? It's quite honest and obvious that you feel the same way. You feel Al should have gotten this done for Earl. So if you are watching this live, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. Gerald Morales is saying that Black Prime is going to be the new Triller. The fight won't happen. I mean, you know, that's just you being a pessimist. There's no indication that it should be anything like Triller. When Triller came out, we didn't doubt them. When PBC came out, we didn't doubt them. And let's not forget that when PBC came out, they were throwing money around. When DAZN came out, they were throwing money around. So now that Black Prime is in the business, they need to make a splash. They are now throwing money around. So, yeah, I don't know why people are finding this strange and why people are saying things like, you know, the money won't be there. Like, what indication did Black Prime give you that they're bankrupt or that they don't have the money for this investment? Did Marv Nation not have the money when they overpaid for the Zepeda Regis fight, or did they just make a splash so the world could know who's Marv Nation? I'm wondering why people are so pessimistic. And I get it. Boxing, you know, it might leave a sour taste in your mouth every now and then, but, you know, there's not a lot of reports of networks reneging, you know. It's different. You know, it's usually different. It's not networks just running around reneging on things. So, I don't know. What is this, Brandon? No clue. No clue what this is. He's showing me that Al also couldn't secure the fight for Kella back in June, but he got him the fight. So, this, I don't know, what are you trying to say, that maybe he can get Earl the fight later? Okay, but you are forgetting one thing. It's Earl saying that it's difficult to make the weight and that it ain't been fun. So is it a question of getting you to fight later, or is it a question of you failed your fighter because you know your fighter can't make weight easily or in a good mood? I'm not saying that. He's saying that. And he said he told his team that. So, you sending me this don't mean nothing. It don't sound like Earl has the time to wait for Al to try again. So I think that we're debating or we're looking at things differently. Damn, Modern King said he might drop Netflix or Showtime. Real talk. Better drop Showtime. They ain't got shit. You could pick that up. You could pick that up whenever they actually get a fight. No disrespect to them. It's just the truth. You can't be giving them dudes $10 a month and they ain't putting on nothing. What is they doing over there? Don't know. But let me see where my poll at. Excuse me. Let's see. The poll is now 60% of the votes say yes, Al has failed Earl by not getting him that undisputed fight. 28% say no. 13 say give Al another shot. They want Al to get another shot. Give Al one more shot. I'm going to go ahead and open up my Discord. See if we can't get a little test callers in here as we do this Twitter live. We're live on Twitter for those that don't know. Now we're live on Twitter. We're testing out, can we actually go live on Twitter? And can we pick up some new boxing fan, potentially new callers? You never know. If you want to join us, we just opened up our Discord. So come on down. I'm sure Ken will put that link in the chat. If not, I'll be doing that in T-minus less than 10 seconds, that is. And I might open up phone lines on Blog Talk for you as well. Who knows? We'll see how that goes in terms of people actually calling in, right? Because, again, this is a spontaneous show. I just wanted to make sure that we could go live on Twitter and simultaneously go live here on YouTube as well without any issues, without any lags or delays. Just trying to check that out and run a test on that. And in the meantime, talk some of the big news in boxing, which is obviously one of these big fights. Tank and Ryan still look to be negotiating. And that's what it looks like, at least based off reports. But, this fight looks dead. Crawford has another fight with David Avanesian in about 45 days. So, truth be told, this fight looks pretty dead. And now we have to question, did Al Haymon fail Errol Spence? Your job was to go ahead and set up some title fights so that he can continue on his path to strap season. Strap season was going to turn into Undisputed, but then Terrence Crawford got a belt. So, I don't know. We got Cozy Rito saying blame Bud. Blame Bud. What are we blaming him for? I just want details so I can know. But I got Drew Hay with a 5-pound super chase. Says Avanesian's manager, Neil Marsh, it only took 24 hours to 48 hours to make the fight with Bud via ID boxing. And there you go. And that's the same thing that Tyson Fury said about Wilder. When Eddie was saying Wilder was difficult and Al Haymon was difficult and Shelley was difficult, Fury said, look, we got it done in 48 hours too. We got it done right away. He's so easy to deal with. They did 3 fights. So, yes, granted, Wilder tried to get out of one of those fights. So, yeah, you can bring up whatever you want based off that. But, he did 3 fights and 3-fight negotiations with Fury. Craig Wright, you must be, from Dallas. That's why you mad. It's okay. I understand. I understand. I've been there too where my favorite fighters let me down and I said some shit my favorite fighter couldn't cash that check for me. I know. I get you, man. I know why you mad. It's okay, though. It's okay. You ain't got to be like that. You ain't got to be like that. It's going to be all right. One day your favorite fighter's not going to do you dirty. He is going to fight everybody you want him to fight. You ain't going to have to lash out. You ain't going to have to lash out because he let you down. Don't worry, bruh. It's all good. We know you frustrated. We know you mad. Your man's been saying man down and strap season, except he picking which straps it's season to get. You feel me? I know it's okay. And I know people don't like when you tell the truth, but, I mean, truth is truth, right? Truth is truth. It ain't Crawford that said he want the easy side. It was Errol said he going to clean up his side of the street because it's easy, not Crawford. Crawford had no side of the street. You know what I'm saying? So, I get you, man. You a little upset. It's okay. Now, I do know your favorite fighter, best dad ever. Your favorite fighter is Tank, And we all know what's up with Tank. We all know what's up with Tank. He don't even know what's up with himself. He one day he with Mayweather, next day he not, then he back with him, and then he not. I don't know, man. Ronald Finkley, what up, though? See if we even connected this. You there? Ronald. All right. Well, give me a second, Ronald. Let me see what up here. In the meantime, in between time, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here. Voice of the People hotline. We also got my Discord opened up. So if you want to, chat it up, come on down. Come on down. And once again, we don't have to, as obviously this was a little spontaneous one, just a spontaneous one I was trying to do. Just to run some tests, And once we do that, then we'll know what we can and can't do. All right, so it looks like Canna's there. What up, Canna?
Yo, what up, man?
Chilling.
Popping on here. Of course, I'm still sticking with the blame Al, because if they would have came with a deal that was respectable, you wouldn't be trying to blame nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the Twitter shit goes, it looks real good. It's just about 15, 20 seconds behind the live on YouTube. So, that's just, one of the technical things of it, but it is what it is other than that.
Okay. Well, that works. I mean, as long as it's there at least. But it's not a space,
Right.
so I don't know that it's going to do as well. Twitter Spaces are all audio only, and this is video, correct?
Right, it is video, but the audio comes through too. So, yeah, you're good on
no,
there.
of course,
You just got to click the unmute button.
For sure. Well, all right, man. All right. What do you think?
I did see some people pop in.
Did
got
Al?
Venom with his hand up.
Yeah, I see him. But did Al? Did he fail? Bud, or did he fail Earl or what?
Yeah, that's what I said at the top of the call. Hell yeah, he failed, because if they would have came with a respectable deal instead of this soup kitchen shit, it wouldn't have been no, looking for something else. The shit would have been locked in. And I know all these little guppies gonna get on here and yap, but that is what it is.
Yeah, man. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling.
Keep it short and sweet. I'm gonna get back to these videos.
For sure. All right. Well, let us know if you want to call in. The number to call, 1-425-569-5241. 41. You could also go ahead and jump on our Discord. Link is in the chat for those that want to join. And if you want to talk, all you got to do is raise your hand. So let's see who's ready. Venom, what up?
Yo.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? Maybe you should try to do a Twitter space. The only one issue I hate about the Twitter video is you can't really. It's like a YouTube where you can't really go out the app.
Okay.
You can't really do anything else besides just watch the video. Unlike a Twitter space, you can just go on different apps and still listen.
For sure. Well, that we're gonna definitely attempt that as well.
But with the Spence and Crawford, I feel like Crawford just couldn't wait 2 more months because he was just trying to get a fight in. I feel like if he just waited 2 months, fight would have been agreed next year. But obviously Crawford couldn't wait.
But how long would he have been out of the ring and expected to win an undisputed fight?
I mean, we gonna sit here and act like he ain't been out the ring longer?
I'm just saying, we gonna sit here and act like the dudes he been fighting named Errol Spence or anything like a Errol Spence?
All right. I mean, if he needs some reassurance that he still got skills.
I mean, I don't know about reassurance, but he just needs not to be rusty.
So you believe in ring rust?
Hell yeah. Have you not been in the ring? Do you know what timing is? How do you get your timing and your rhythm if you ain't been in that gym and that ring?
I mean, sparring.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Most fighters don't believe in ring rust.
Yeah, but how hard is you sparring when you ain't got no fight? Like, how serious is your sparring sessions? How many rounds you doing? How good are the people if you ain't got no fight on the table? I don't know. I don't know.
I can't agree. But that's all I had.
All right, champ. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Looks like we got Swift out the 8-1 tree.
Mic check.
Mic check. 1 2.
What's good, brother? Man, what's going on, man? What the lick is? What we hollering about? What we talking about?
We just wondering, we asking each other, did Al Haymon fail Errol Spence? He couldn't get him the undisputed fight.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you said it. Listen, I was preaching about this on the back call. Listen, man, Al Haymon ducking for Spence. You know what I'm saying? Listen, real talk. Out of all the negotiations PBC done ever had dealing with Spence and all his fights, none has ever been this, just tedious. Like no guarantees on the contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. This is a pound for pound fighter we're talking about with the last piece of the puzzle that your best fighter, your cash cow wants. So why make this so difficult for a Terrence Crawford to accept? You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe that, the big fish is gonna still be the big fish after the fight. It's almost a classic chess move. And like, come on now. This man's been getting guarantees since he came in the game with Top Rank. He's been getting checks. So if you're gonna sit there and give a man with a belt, he may not have a promotional company that may be true, but he's still leveraging his resume, his belt, the fact that he's one of the best paid fighters in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? Like this fight will sell, bro. This fight will sell almost as well. We'll talk about earlier. It might sell almost as well as Caleb Plant and Canelo did, depending on how well they're doing in the promo. You agree?
Yeah, man. I would hope that it does better than that fight.
Right. So why make the contract so difficult for a bud to sign for? You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be this hard, man. You know what I'm saying? You gave guarantees to all these other fighters that were just title defenses. You know what I'm saying? This is for Undisputed. This is to give Earl Spence that niche in the hole of the Hall of Fame mountain that he's trying to climb, and Al Heyman is dropping the ball right now with this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous to me. But hey, what my thing is, I believe the fight's still gonna happen. Still believe the fight's gonna happen. Last we heard, Crawford had a contract. You know, now is it going to be, is the contract going to be revised and revisited now that he has a fight, or are they going to just, you know, let him get this fight off, you know, then get this little 8-figure tune up, you know what I'm saying, and then come back on the scheduled date of February to fight Earl Spence? That's the thing. You know, are they going to be petty and scratch the fight, or are they just going to, in terms, get Earl his own tune up, or fight a mandatory, and then let the contract come in as Crawford said he'll do. He said he wants to get this fight in, but the plans didn't change. He still wants to kick Earl Spence's ass. So that just lets me know that this is just an in-between fight for him, bro, to keep the rust off, to stay busy. You know what I'm saying? The man's been out the ring for a year. You know, maybe he did feel comfortable getting back in there with a Spence after a year layoff. So what? He's entitled to that, right? I mean, shit. Earl may say he don't do tune-ups, but fuck, Earl may be a different species than the rest of these motherfuckers. People need tune-ups, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Wilder need to tune up. Crawford need tune up. Hell, Shakur said he want a temperature check when he move up to 135. So why can't we let this be that? You know? And honestly, bro, only blood can save the day for this shit, man. They gotta let it go down. They gotta let it go down, man. Let this man get this fight in, get this payday, and then come back and fight in February, man. It's a quick turnaround, but the way I see it, Bud is such an athlete. He doesn't party. He doesn't do all this drinking and smoking. He's a homebody. He's at the gym all the time. You know what I'm saying? So a quick turnaround like that won't be nothing. This dude, Eviesian, how do you say it? Won't last 5 rounds in there with Bud. You know what I'm saying? He may push 6. You know, say Bud is a historically slow starter, but this dude, he's not gonna make it to 12. Let's just be real. You know. But yeah, man, Al Heyman is definitely about to drop the ball. He gonna get this fight going.
Oh,
You know
so
what
he
I'm
ain't
saying?
dropped the ball yet. You saying he ain't dropped it yet in your eyes?
No, he didn't, not yet. But if he can't drop it if he gets petty and scratches the fight, because Bud is taking his 8-figure payday come December, and then scratch the whole fight because of that. That's just dropping the ball completely. You know what I'm saying? You can get Spencer tune up also in between. Even though he said he doesn't do tune-ups, you get Spencer a little fight, you let Bud do what he got to do, and then you come back February, which is on the contract that Bud just got, right? That last contract he got was for a February date, right?
Something like that. But I got hella callers here. Let me go to what looks like, I'm going to say, take a stab in the doc and say C-Dub, but let's double check it. And remember, you could call in on Blog Talk 1425-569-5241, or you can call in through Discord by clicking the link in our live chat right now. This was a spontaneous show just to run a test to make sure that we can go live on Twitter, which we are on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter and you haven't joined us here on YouTube, go ahead and do so and click that subscribe button. Help us get to 1 million subscribers, man. That is our goal. We're on the hunt for it, and truthfully, only you can help us get there. We got James Benitez. What up?
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, Ness, you hear me? Yo, man. Hey, shout out to you, man, for just giving us this spontaneous show, man. But I'll say this, man, just to keep it short and sweet. Al Heyman didn't drop the ball yet, man. You know, end of the day, he built up a star already in Errol Spence. Just because he been getting overpaid on one side of the street doesn't mean that same shit gonna work over here. Long story short, you know, Undisputed, that shit just became just trending again all of a sudden, man. It's not a big deal.
Nah,
Not in my opinion.
it ain't trending. It ain't trending. It's just popular because only 8 people been able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but end of the day, man, like, look what Errol's been through already, man. He already on track to be a Hall of Fame fighter with or without Terrence Bud Crawford. He can go up to 154 still, even though some people may say meaningless or whatnot, still do about 60, 70,000 asses in Dallas Stadium with Lindor and beat the shit out of him and make rain in another division. You know, end of the day, I think Bud missed out on a chance of a lifetime because you don't want to put your fighter in jeopardy. If he can't make the weight no more, fuck it. It is what it is. You know, Bud going to do what he do. He going to fight the Avenesian. He going to fuck around and get sparked out by Virgil Ortiz. When Virgil Ortiz gets the confidence and whatever, you know, whatever he going through his body and shit, and probably going to finish Bud off. I don't think Bud really got much left. And he probably don't want Spence to be the one to retire him, long story short. But end of the day, Ness, man, hey, man, that's a cute dog right there, man. I think I hear that in the background.
Yeah, probably snoring.
Hell yeah. But end of the day, Ness, man, as always, man, keep up the good shit, Ness, man, and shout out to you for just trying to expand the community network, man. And I'm out.
Appreciate you, man. I mean, obviously, you the one recommended Twitter. We're doing Twitter video, but it looks like we got to do spaces. I gotta send some emails and see if there's a way, because it seems like you could only do a Twitter space from a cell phone, maybe, or a telephone. I got Matt Bent, Kansas City. What up?
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Hello? All right. Yo, to be honest, I don't care for the Bud and Spence fight no more. I don't care for the news. It's overbearing. We did it with Mayweather Pacquiao. It's terrible now, man. It's boring. I just want to say before I end my call, Tank beats everybody. Tank beats everybody. Fuck Bud, fuck Spence, nobody cares. Tank beats everybody. Thanks for the show. I'm out.
All right, champ. All right. Kansas City, stand up. Looks like we might have Nebraska. Stone Bone, what up?
What up? What up with it?
Chilling.
Yeah, man. These guys is funny, man. It's hard out here, man. And Ness, say if you was a player, right, or you was expecting any kind of job, just say if you was anybody, you thought you was about to make the most money in your life. You thought it was about to be great. You were looking at, and then they come back and tell you, well, actually, you're not going to be selling Mercedes. You're going to be working at McDonald's. So that's the type. You don't think they dropped the ball? If a man can't deliver you your highest paid of your career, while the boring guy go tap dance off and go fight.
Stone Bone, are you on a Bluetooth? Because it don't sound good, man.
Yeah, I'm driving, so it's probably just loud. Yeah, man, he dropped the ball, man. That's simple, man. The ball's been dropped, man. They can call it, they can dunk, whatever you want to call it. The ball dropped.
All right. Well, I mean, at least we heard that he feels like Al dropped the ball, and that's just what it is, man. That's all we're asking. J. Will, Ohio, what up, man? Your man's is from Ohio. Did he drop the ball?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, my bad. Yeah. Yeah, man, of course he dropped the ball, man. The PBC as a brand definitely dropped the ball, man. I'm Team Spence. Obviously I always say that when I do these calls, man, but it don't make any sense for this fight not to be done. This is the biggest fight PBC can make, where they're the headliner of the fight. with the Wilder versus Fury fight, they wasn't, it was a co-promotion with, Top Rank. This could have been, PBC's, big, show and pony to put out the Spence and Crawford thing. But, somehow they couldn't get it done. And then, from the words, Crawford agreed to the terms that they wanted him to agree to, being the B side. And so when they still were dragging their feet, it just didn't make any sense, man, for the job or for the deal not to get done, man. These fighters are not talking about Mayweather Pacquiao money. They're not expecting $100 million. They're not expecting $50 million. They're not even expecting AJ money. You know what I'm saying? So for these guys who's pretty much trying to give us the best fight in boxing, we can't come up. I'm pretty sure the total purse is going to be 20 million or below. I don't see Spence expecting to get 15 and, Bud expecting to get 10 himself. I think Bud's going to be getting somewhere between 5 to 10 million, and, Errol will be getting the lion's share. But, for this fight not to be able to be made, it's a bad look on PBC. And there's no way Al Haymon can't get any blame for this. My personal belief, what I think it is, because, initially when PBC was first made, you know what I'm saying, every fighter was thinking Al Haymon. I'm thinking Al Haymon. He was giving out big checks to everybody. I think the money done dried up. I think that's why they're fighting Bud tooth and nail, on these negotiations, because this is too big of a fight to let it slip. If shit was all good. I think shit over there on PBC it's real shaky right now, and they can do things on a co-promotion with Fury and Wilder, but they can't front the bill for everything on a big fight like this. You know what I'm saying? And shit, hell, and Bud was cool not getting any guarantee. So I mean, it's just a bad look right now for PBC, man. And I know that your boy Errol's going to be loyal to Al to a fault, because Al did, put him on, to say. But that's just always going to make this fight out. Because, I mean, even when, fast forward a year, nothing's really changed. Errol's still with PBC. More than likely, Crawford's still going to be a free agent. Nothing's changed. You know what I'm saying? It's not like going to be more money in the pot. You know what I'm saying? So the purses is not going to increase that much. Even if Spence fights Boots, that pot's not going to get any bigger. So it's going to be the same issues. So, I mean, PBC is looking real bad, man. I'm a Spence fan, and that's my call.
All right, we're going out to Dawn in San Diego.
Hey, Nas, how are you?
I'm good. What's up?
How are you? Hey, I don't think this is a bad idea. I know everyone wants to see the fight, but realistically, if you look at the numbers of the pay-per-view numbers with Porter, they had at best 135,000 pay-per-views, right? And then one guy gets 6 million and the other guy gets 4 million. I mean, if you do the math, Bob Arum barely made any money off of that. So I think everyone took a look at that and said, we're not going to do that, even though you have Spence and Crawford, it's still not enough for them to make the money they want. Plus, Floyd's in their ear, so of course they're not going to release that fight. That's not what we want. That's not what we want to hear. But financially, it doesn't really make sense for everyone to do it. So I guess they're going to marinate that thing. It's just the business. And yeah, that's what I think.
Well, all right, Dawn, man. Thank you for. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
What? No, yeah, that's basically it. I don't know. Do you feel the same, or is it just? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I feel like maybe Al failed Earl, because now Earl says he can't make the weight. So, is there time for a second negotiation, or will that negotiation be taking place for a potential fight at 154? That's what we need to ask ourselves. And if that's the case, then he most certainly failed Errol Spence, because at 154, that fight won't be for Undisputed. You won't be in the history books as an Undisputed champ when you beat Crawford if it's at 54, So unless Al is gonna let Terrence fight Jermell, beat Jermell, then fight Earl, I don't see how that happens. We got Nick Dice, Chicago. What up?
Hey, what up, Ness? Hey, good evening, man. Good evening to TBV. Everybody hit that subscribe button. Hey, I can't blame Crawford, man. I can't even blame him. For one, he got to stay active. So why not get a $10 million payday? All the Spence fans were pissed that the fight didn't happen for November. So how can Spence be pissed at Crawford when it's like, come on, man. We was ready to go. Like he said, he had already got the paperwork for June. But they didn't, they were stalling. Hey, Crawford got to stay active, so I don't blame him. But on top of that, I'm dropping my video at 7 p.m. Skull Season is my YouTube channel. Go and check it out. Dropping food tutorials, game reviews. I'm about to drop a pizza dough video. And I think it'll be a treat, especially for your channel. Always appreciate you, man. Y'all have a good night. Nick Dice, Chicago.
Nick,
out.
So what do you got, a fitness channel? Oh, man, he hung up. Just trying to get a little bit more info for you guys from Nick Dice in Chicago. But let me see, we got hand raised TBV People's Champ.
Yo, what's going on, Ness?
What up?
Yeah, I don't even think this should be a question. Did he drop the ball? Anybody can tell you when this fight was being negotiated, I was hard on Bud. I was one of the people saying, man, Bud gotta understand he might not get what he think he gonna get. You know, he essentially was getting overpaid, robbing the bank at top rank. When you look at what he was making versus who he was fighting, he was eating. So he can't expect to probably eat like that over here. He's got to be more realistic to get this fight done. But when I heard the news that they sent my brother a deal with no guarantee money, like none, oh, that shit went out the window. I was like, oh yeah, they bullshitting. They sent him the Kovalev deal essentially. So yeah, they dropped the ball, man. You don't send nobody no fucking deal with zero guaranteed money when none of Earl's other opponents got that deal. So yes, they absolutely dropped the ball. I'm pretty sure Bud told them on more than one occasion he wanted to get this fight this year. He wanted to fight this year, and once it came to fruition that he wouldn't fight in November and it'll be pushed back to 2023, I think Bud essentially washed his hands with it at that point. So not only did they drop the ball at what they offered him in purse, which is absolutely garbage, which was nothing, when, usually you go into your biggest fight of your career expecting to get a pay increase, not a pay cut. So the fact that he was going to have to take a pay cut to make the biggest fight of his life, which he worked so hard for, that's bullshit within itself. But then dragging your ass about the date when you told him you wanted to fight in 2022. So they dropped the ball in more than one ways, man. Like I said, I've been calling this Soup Kitchen Promotions over there. It's been a struggle over there, man. They ain't had a fight on Fox since Christmas? They putting shit like Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view. It's rough over there right now, man. So maybe, Earl need to go over there to Black Planet where they giving out guaranteed money and they can do it over there because right now, Al and Showtime just ain't it. I'm sorry. But other than that, yeah, they dropped the ball, man. It's sad. Next time, hopefully when they come back to the table, they send a real fucking offer and don't play their hands so close. I think they figured Bud ain't got nowhere to go. Let's just offer him whatever. But he proved them wrong. It's the world's bigger than PBC. That's what I keep trying to tell people. Because when you think about it, Ness, Bud might go down in history as one of the most well-paid black fighters in the history of boxing, and he's gonna be one of the few people that ain't never got to say, "I want to thank Al Haymon." Al Haymon ain't did shit for him. So that's why the haters mad. He ain't got to say thank you, Al Haymon. He getting it off the muscle on his own. That's my call, man. You have a good one, brother.
I got Mike Gross, the champ. Mike on Sports says, salute TBV. Salute to you, champ. I got James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama, says, no Spence Bud, definitely no Charlo Bud in the future. That sucks. Because both Jamel is a big fight with Jamel and a big fight with Jamal, who said he would come down to 54 to fight Bud. James Benitez with another one. He says, how the heck everything agreed to and nothing signed? Does upward of 10 million, no, does upward of 10.1 million guaranteed 10 million doesn't? I'm buying the community thesaurus. What? Upwards of 10 million sounds you either getting almost 10 or a little bit more than 10. That's what that sounds. What can't be confused is that they said 8 figures. That can't be confused. So, you know, what thesaurus you need and what you ain't understanding, that don't mean nothing. Only thing that matters is 8 figures. That tells you all the math you need to know right then and there. But let me see, anybody else on Discord? That is a no. This was just a little testy test to see what was going on with Twitter, which I'm about to double check now, see how that's looking. See how that's looking. There it goes. Let me see how this is looking. All right. So it's live. Ain't that many people there. But it's there. Got 10 likes, 8 retweets. Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. So, you know, it'll grow, I guess, if we do it on a daily. I am going to need somebody to let me know how it's sounding, because I won't front. My software did say, hey, don't do it. You need way too much gigabytes of, you know, bandwidth to go live to 2 different places at the same time. But I'm like, fuck it, it's a test only. And so far, so good, I guess. Let me see. I got to all my super chats. All right, ladies and gents, I'm out. Peace.